response to that.
Yes, Mr. Chairman asked questions about if a U.S. company or Arknsas company would like to invest in Côte d'Ivoire, what's the procedure? For all the business needs and creation of companies, if you would like to get in touch with Côte d'Ivoire, the President Alassane Dramane Ouattara has created an office in the U.S. called the Côte d'Ivoire Economic Promotion Bureau in New York. It's located in New York, but we cover the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. So you can contact our company, our institution via our website, www.speciamerica.org, and we will put you in touch with the right person in Ivory Coast. Thank you.
Does anyone have questions in the audience? Yes, sir. It's on your folder. It's on your folder there. Okay. Any other questions? Comments? Yes, sir.
Bien, merci bien. Je remercie M. Diabaté. J'étais tout récemment au nord de la Côte d'Ivoire avec le ministre de l'Agriculture. Nous avons parcouru la région de la Baboué, la région du Poro et la région du Tchologo. Nous avons aussi dans cette grande mission l'ONDR, l'Office national du développement de l'agriculture. Est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, avec votre organisation, est-ce que ça ne peut pas faire aujourd'hui une pierre deux coups, non seulement un lobbying auprès de l'Arnknsas, est-ce qu'on ne peut pas aussi associer à l'Office national du développement agricole cette démarche? C'est vrai qu'aujourd'hui, on cherche aujourd'hui à vendre ou à produire plus de riz en Côte d'Ivoire. Mais en développant aussi avec l'Office national du développement de l'agriculture, je pense que ça pourrait renforcer vos capacités industrielles, ça pourrait augmenter l'industrie du riz en Côte d'Ivoire. Au lieu d'importer, nous pourrons être autosuffisants. Les deux organisations ensemble, nous pensons que nous pourrons être plus efficaces sur le plan international. Je vous remercie.
Can you say that in English?
Oui, je voulais... Bon, il faut traduire et puis ensuite je vais répondre à la question pourquoi nous voulons du riz cargo. Justement, nous travaillons en étroite collaboration avec l'ONDR. Voilà, vous voyez, il y a ici un document que nous avons fait et qui présente toute la riziculture en Côte d'Ivoire. Nous sommes sur le barrage de Mbayakro. Il y a 450 hectares qui ont été faits par l'État de Côte d'Ivoire et puis l'ONDR. Et l'ONDR nous a commis, nous avons un partenariat PPP, partenariat public-privé, avec l'ONDR. Dans ce cadre-là, nous exploitons 450 hectares là-bas. Et ça, l'objectif que nous recherchons, c'est d'avoir du riz cargo qui nous permette de développer notre riziculture en Côte d'Ivoire. C'est ça que nous avions établi en 1987. Avoir le riz cargo qui nous donne des ressources, voilà, qui nous donne des ressources nécessaires pour développer la riziculture en Côte d'Ivoire. Le programme de l'ONDR s'appelle SNDR, Stratégie pour le développement de la riziculture. Nous avons besoin de 1000 milliards. Voilà. Et c'est ce qu'on est venu chercher ici.
I'm afraid that that could be turned to something really in French. We should translate at the same time to other people. I think he was asking if there is a structure in Ivory Coast called ONDR, Office National pour le Développement Agricole. La riziculture, this is Office of Development for Rice Industry. So he was asking if we could put our effort together to make something in once instead of going alone. So Mr. Diabaté was making the same point and saying that we produce some rice from our farm. As it is not enough, that's why we are trying to get some cargo rice just to give some job to our people over there, to our employees over there, because we employ about more than 200 people over there, and the rice is not, the paddy rice is not enough. We have our own farm, about 1,000 hectares, which is about maybe 10,000 acres. I'm not quite, if I'm more than that, it is hectare. It is less than that. Okay, maybe it's 5,000, I don't know. So we already produce some rice, but we cannot cover, we cannot give, enough job to our people. That's why we are really interested to get some cargo rice. Some cargo brown rice. Yeah.
Dans le cadre du programme qui avait été établi, pourquoi nous voulons cette coopération avec l'Arkansas? L'Arkansas, par le passé, nous a donné, je vous ai dit, nous a permis d'avoir près de 200 milliards de francs CFA pour pouvoir financer la riziculture en Côte d'Ivoire. Et c'est ce même programme, à travers un programme qu'on appelait le PL 480. Et ce programme, avec le département de l'agriculture, nous a permis de développer des fermes en Côte d'Ivoire. Et ce programme était établi sur une cinquantaine d'années avec des taux sans pareil. Et c'est ce que nous recherchons.
On the panel who would like to respond to his question? Mr. Camara or Mr. Ambassador?
My brother was just explaining that back on 1982, when they came over here, they had that opportunity to get something through a program called PL 480. And it helped us to get about 200 million CFA. And then from that money, we were able to develop farming, poultry, cattle, and rice program. But later on, there was some problem. It didn't go really, it didn't go to the end. So we really want to take advantage again through this meeting over here and to take advantage and get maybe get some more contact.
If there's anyone who's interested in that aspect, after we finish, they can come and get your information and then communicate with you then. Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to supplement all what have been said about increasing the trade relation between our African countries and the U.S. and particularly between Côte d'Ivoire and the state of Arknsas.
Je voudrais appuyer davantage
you know,
ce que je dis
as
quant à
the
la
minister has
collaboration
mentioned,
entre les pays africains
Côte
et les
d'Ivoire
États-Unis,
has
particulièrement la
gone
Côte
out
d'Ivoire.
of that long period of crisis. And now we have recovered, we have done our homework
Comme l'a
to
dit
make
Monsieur
Côte
le
d'Ivoire
ministre,
attractive again
la
for
Côte d'Ivoire
business.
était plongée dans
And
une
in the
crise
development
politique.
of that strategy, the President, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, has entrusted the foreign ministry through its
Pour
embassies
cela,
and said that
le président a instruit le
what
ministre
we
des Affaires
call
étrangères
eco-diplomacy will be a strong part of our diplomacy, which means that ambassadors, representatives should be on the forefront to sell Côte d'Ivoire.
Alors,
To show
l'éco-diplomatie
the world
est
what the new Côte d'Ivoire
l'initiative qu'a
is,
pris le président Alassane
the job that
Ouattara
has been done
pour
back home to
redynamiser
restructure the economy
l'économie,
and all
la
the business
collaboration, la
environment
coopération
to make
bilatérale
Côte
entre la
d'Ivoire
Côte d'Ivoire et les autres
attractive
pays.
again. I think that the forum of today and the one we have done before, even the one in Abidjan, led under the
Le forum
leadership
d'ici
of the
et
Prime
d'Abidjan,
Minister, is part
s'inscrivent
of
dans
that
ce cadre
diplomatic
de
action to
éco-diplomatie.
attract investment in the country. It means that we are here to sell Côte d'Ivoire. You knock the door, you can come out to the embassy, you can go to the
Les
SPE.
portes sont ouvertes,
We
nous
are
sommes
all
ici pour
working
vendre notre
together
pays.
to make
L'ambassade,
our
le
country
SPECI,
known
la mission diplomatique
and
sont ouvertes.
give the best image and business environment of Côte d'Ivoire. That's what I want to say. And to answer to the very first question, if we have something to bring out of this
S'il y a quelque chose
forum,
qu'on voudrait prendre
let
de ce
me
forum,
repeat here what I have said while in May 2013 we were working on the midterm AGOA forum preparing. When I took the floor, I told them that we ambassadors, we are ambassadors of both countries. I am the ambassador of Côte
À ce
d'Ivoire,
forum,
but in some
à
way,
voix,
I'm also the ambassador of
lorsque j'ai pris la
the
parole,
US.
j'ai dit que
Because when I promote
nous,
the
ambassadeurs
business
africains,
opportunity between Côte d'Ivoire and
lorsque je fais la
the
promotion
USA, it means that I'm
la
selling
culture,
the business opportunity between
l'économie
these
de
two
la Côte
countries.
d'Ivoire,
It means
je fais
what?
en même temps
It
la
means
promotion de
that
l'économie
I'm also
américaine.
selling, promoting the interest of the business, the U.S. Investment on business companies. And I mentioned that when I'm seated here and my colleague from China, he come to Abidjan with business opportunities and businessmen, the people will ask me, Mr. Diabate is seated in Washington, what is he bringing? You understand? So I have a key obligation to bring upward the relation between both countries. It means that by doing so, I'm promoting not only the interests of Côte d'Ivoire, but as well the interests of the US. So while going from this forum, my key interest and goal is to see the business opportunities between the two countries
Au sorti de ce forum,
upward,
je souhaiterais
as
qu'il y
well
ait
as the education opportunities,
d'affaires
because without the education,
et la Côte d'Ivoire.
without the training, appropriate training to sustain the business opportunity, you cannot go anywhere. That's what I want to say, and I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Is there anyone else on the panel who would like to have some closing remarks? Oh, sorry. Please, go ahead.
I'll try to keep this quick, and it's really kind of to take on what His Excellency and the Ambassador talked about before. We've heard about education. We've heard about the government stability. All these things are great to really move things forward. With dealing with Western companies, though, the anti-corruption is very important to know that they're able to do business
Alors,
in
les
countries
autorités ivoiriennes ont parlé
where,
de
even
l'éducation,
our officials
de
here
la
are getting
stabilité
very much trouble.
politique.
If
Alors
there's
tout
any
ça
type
c'est
of,
bien, ça fait avancer le
corruption
pays,
that they're involved in
mais il y a un
foreign
facteur
countries.
très important
So
qui est
what are, what
la
is
corruption.
the Ivory Coast doing right now to make sure, whether it's through the Phoenix program to help the SMEs understand this importance, or even with current business owners and executives to help them understand that it's critical for them to grow and to be able to export, to be able to do business very transparently. And also,
Alors qu'est-ce
on
qu'ils ont
top
à
of the
dire
anti-corruption is also on the
aux
social
business,
compliance side, to make sure
aux
that the workers
entreprises
are
qui
treated
veulent aller
fairly
investir en
and
Côte
that
d'Ivoire,
they're represented
leur
and they're
dire
able
que
to achieve
c'est vraiment
as your
la garantie.
country grows. So just comments on that so we get a better understanding and an appreciation for what you're doing.
Thank you. Lately, we passed an anti-corruption act in the country, and we set up an anti-corruption office.
Alors nous avons une office
The president sworn
anti-corruption.
up about a couple of months ago. Okay, it is for us very important to fight corruption. Corruption was high, and it is, to my point of view, still high because of the bad habits taken during
La
those
corruption
years of
est
crisis.
très élevée et est toujours élevée
But in the
parce
long
que
run,
le comportement n'a pas changé encore.
country with a level of corruption too high. So this is something that we have to fight, and
Alors c'est quelque
President
chose dont il faudrait que
I know
nous luttions.
is very oriented on it and want to take some examples. So it's something that will be in line for the future. Thank you.
Okay, is Denise back there, Denise Thomas? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ambassador, please go ahead.
Thank you. I want to top what Mr. Minister has said. You know, he is member of the government, and when the government was settled at the beginning, the ministers have to sign an agreement of commitment of good governance, ethic, to sure that they are going to govern in the interest of the people. It is for the first time that the president is asking the member of his cabinet
d'accomplir sa mission de façon honnête,
to deal with the public affairs in their own interest, but in the interest of the people. That is one of the aspects that I wanted to add. And in addition to that, you know that my country, Côte d'Ivoire, has been again eligible to AGOA.
Mon pays, la Côte d'Ivoire, a été
we were not
à l'AGOA.
we were eligible, then we were expelled from the AGOA, and then we have been taken on board, eligible again in October 2011. And our second goal and step was MCC. We have been working hard to make our country eligible to that.
Alors nous avons travaillé très dur pour mériter cela.
5 of the 20 criteria.
Et nous avons réussi
we have
5
been
des
able
20
to
critères.
meet 9 criteria, and today we have been able to meet 10 of the criteria, including corruption. That is an eliminatory criteria.
Les 10 critères.
If you meet everything and you don't meet the criteria of anti-corruption, you are not. You have no chance of being selected as member of the MCC.
Alors,
so it
si
means that the US government
les critères,
is very
les conditions d'éligibilité.
Is very regarding about this corruption issue, as well as our president. That's what I want to mention. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Before we close, there's one other presentation I think Mr. Coney wants to make, unless someone else has questions or someone else on the panel wants to make a statement. We can't hear you. A mic is coming because we can't hear you.
It looks like eventually you're trying to move forward towards a free trade agreement with the United States, correct?
Right.
You mean all the MMC requirements? Once you meet those, then you would start looking to enter into a free trade agreement with the United States. Am I correct?
I'm not sure I can answer that question directly. I think it's probably more than just that. I think they want the free trade agreement.
No, it's much more than that. The MCC agreement allows the U.S. government to give you some funds in your development process, and it's really a challenging program, very good, sound, that can change the face of your country. We're talking about
Les accords de MCC est un programme des États-Unis pour permettre à un pays de lui prêter de l'argent pour développer son économie.
So it's in the beginning of my presentation I said, you remember, I talked about President Clinton, President Bush, and President Obama. The three of them have complementary programs, and the MCC is one of those. Thank you.
So I have a quick question. This is actually for Mr. Rockefeller.
Vous vous rappelez, je vous ai parlé de Clinton, Obama et Bush. Ce sont des éléments complémentaires.
Through legislation. What do we, as if I'm looking in our room of those of us who are here, who are in the States, how can we advocate that? Who do we need to? I know where I'm believing I know where you stand, where Senator Bozeman stands on this, supporting it. But outside of that, what do we need to say to our representatives? What do we need to do to move this forward so we open up the trade and are able to get those exports coming out?
Yes, ma'am. The best way to do it would be to get in touch with your representatives. Our office, for those of you who don't have our email, it's our website's www.bozeman, boozman.senate.gov. The House side's a little different, but look up your members.
Voilà, il donne donc les informations
petition
de son
them,
office, il
write
demande à
them letters,
tous les
call
Américains qui
make your voices heard, and that's
veulent
really
investir
the best
en
way to
Afrique.
do it.
Il y
Now
a
with
bien
I don't foresee
des aides.
anything coming up until the start of the new session. Just with the lame duck, there's very little incentive to touch anything other than what is absolutely necessary. But at the start of the new year, hopefully with the new Congress, we can make some moves in that direction. Not like I said, not in the lame duck. I think it could be coming up. Leader McConnell has signaled, and Speaker Boehner have both signaled that trade is a very important component of their agenda going forward. And so I think as part of their trade agenda, this could be included. You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Kone. Mr. Kone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I would like to recognize two people here. This is very important to our office, the Côte d'Ivoire Economic Promotion Bureau, because of the hard work that made this event possible. And coming from New York and having a contact in Arknsas was very important to us. We have to rely on the credible people. So I was asked to give these awards to the special person, but I would like to ask my Delegate General to come forward and present this award to the special person from the World Trade Center, Miss Denise. Ladies and gentlemen. I know Denise doesn't like the mic, so do I. But I will ask Denise to give us a few words, please.
And those of you who know me know that I'm never at a loss for words, but actually right now I'm a little speechless, so I'm going to muddle through this. But thank you all for coming and for being here. I really have enjoyed working on this project. I would say it was the highlight of my year. It's been rewarding in so many ways with the new opportunities and the new friendships and new relationships that we will make and forge ahead. I look forward to 2015 because I know that we will be doing great things with Côte d'Ivoire. I do have to say thank you for my team at the World Trade Center. This was truly a team effort, and they really have worked very hard to help me pull this together. So I would like them all to stand for just a second. I know they don't expect this, and let's just give them a little round of applause because I'm missing one, but they really did help me quite a bit do this, so thank you all. And this is your closing remarks. Some of you have specific meetings, and if you meet me right out front, I'll make sure you get to the correct rooms. Everyone who's gotten those meetings, you should have some information or at least know that you have one coming up. So we'll make sure we do that. And the last housekeeping thing I'd like to announce is for all of the Côte d'Ivoire delegate members that will be participating in the events tomorrow and the bus tour. The bus leaves at 8 a.m. I know it's early, but please, please, please meet me downstairs in the lobby so I can get you all on the bus. We can get to all of our venues and the events that you'll have much fun tomorrow. Be warm, warm, warm. It's freezing cold, so wear warm socks, warm sweaters, what have you, so that you can make sure that you can get off the bus to see some of the activities that are going to be there and visit the farm. Okay? Okay. Oh, there is one more. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, this is not the closing.
We would like also to call Sam Matthew representing Michael. Michael was also a great resource for our office. Michael helped us throughout this process. This award is presented to Michael. Delegate General, I would like to call you again and to present this award to Exim partners.
Now, I think we are now really about to close, but I just want to say one thing. I want to thank Dan for asking me to be a part of this and for Denise asking me to be a part of this, because actually I was only going to be the moderator for the panel. And I came in this morning and I was told, would you be the MC for the whole program? So I hope you had a wonderful time while you were here. And I want to say one thing that I heard the minister say, that he was second to Nigeria. You're only second if it's in your mind and in your spirit. And I know it's not in your mind and your spirit that you're second. You're number one as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you're number one in the eyes of the people of Côte d'Ivoire. If you keep in mind that in order for all of this to take place, is what I said when we came in earlier, if we are one and the same, then we are all the same. And that sounds like double talk, but that is a mathematician's way of saying that it is an axiom and it's a common notion that there is consistency, there is fairness, and there is justice. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to balance the scale. Africa is an old country, but a beginning democracy. So you've crawled for a while, and now you're walking. And now you're ready to take off and run. So thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. And whatever you have scheduled, I think Denise has indicated that. So please enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
C'est la fin de cette émission. Je vous remercie. Je vous retrouve demain. J'espère que vous avez aimé voilà, ce grand forum qui a été simplement une réussite. Bravo aux organisateurs, bravo à monsieur le directeur Enza Camara et à toute son équipe qui ont donc goupillé ce grand événement